Hi everyone, welcome to your pick a card reading. If you're not familiar with this, I posted these on my social media channel yesterday, and yesterday was January 10th. So we had the pile with the Buddha, we have the pile with the snake, and we have the pile with the raven or crow. So if you're new to my channel or new to pick a card readings, you can pause the video for a brief moment and just see if any of these piles call you in any more than the others. This is going to be a general reading. Don't make it fit. If it doesn't feel like it's for you, then maybe it's not. And that's okay. You can catch me at another time. And this is going to be just a general message. So I tend to be a reader who reads cards with the intention to help people heal, help people develop their spirituality. It's kind of what they need to know in the moment. Occasionally, there might be some information guiding you towards decisions that you're trying to make in your life at this time. It could be career related. It could be, with connections in your life. So that's typically the type of readings that I offer. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. And if you haven't picked your reading yet, if you haven't picked your pile, you can go ahead and just pause the video for a moment and just concentrate on the piles. But otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start with pile number 1, which is the Buddha. So if you're used to seeing me on my social media, when I read cards online on YouTube, I'm not as quick. I take my time a little bit more. I'm not trying to, with the reels, I have to have the reading done in 90 seconds. So this way I can take my time and just get a general feel for the cards before, actually we're going to put Buddha like that so you can see him a little better. Okay. So, and some of these are just affirmations. These littler cards that I just kind of welcomed in yesterday. I have so many cards to use and show. A couple of tarot cards and a spirit animal card. Okay. Okay, so we have a fairy message, which is portals. Where do we play? In nature, that's where the garden gate will take you there. From our angels, the signs you are receiving are messengers from your angels. From the moon deck, I am on the right path and divinely guided. Our spirit animal is take time from the world and be the observer. Nothing can deceive you when you trust your knowing. You see other secrets and keep them sacred. In silence and solitude, you will find your strength. And then I have a couple of tarot cards here. So this appears to be what I'm feeling from this pile is that your employment life, your work life, your career life, you are feeling like you're holding on to everything right now. Maybe you feel like you're hardly holding it together at all. So you're being a little bit shielded. You're being overly protective of your funds. And I don't necessarily think that that's a bad thing, but I feel like you're sitting in this position of holding on, kind of waiting to see what's next. You're waiting for the universe. You're waiting for a sign. You're waiting for, something needs to change, and you're waiting to see where that next step is going to take you. And I feel in a way like you're kind of like all in your head about it, which is making it very hard to discern which way to go. And your angels are reminding you that they're with you, which a lot of us it's kind of one of those things where some of us, we might take it for granted. It's one of those things that we know, so we take it for granted. Some of us need to hear that reminder a little bit more. But I feel like you're getting signs in some way, reassuring signs from the universe or from your angels specifically, whether it's numbers that you're seeing, in the clock, license plate numbers, maybe, in your social media accounts, somewhere around in all of your stuff, you're getting a lot of signs from your angels and dreams. I don't know why, but I feel like your angels are coming through to you in your dreams as well. Your fairies are reminding you that nature is a really great place to find your magic, and maybe going into nature is going to allow you to release some of these burdens that you're carrying and these concerns that you're feeling over this decision or what's happening next. It's going to allow you to kind of loosen up a little bit and not feel like you're holding on to things so tight and almost afraid to move. Like you're holding on to things so tight you're afraid to move. It's almost paralyzing. The universe is reminding you that you're divinely guided and you are on the right path. So perhaps you're overthinking this and you need to just release it to the universe, release it to God, release it to spirit, release however you perceive the higher power, source energy. But just release the process out. Stop. Don't try to control it. Don't try to hold on to it. Don't try to hold on to how you feel like it's going to unfold, and just allow it to happen. So the links, keeper of the secrets, there's a lot in this card, and I feel like some of it might be for some of you, like where you see other secrets and you keep them sacred. Perhaps you're a very trusted person amongst your circle, which is wonderful. In silence and solitude, you will find strength. But the biggest part of this card, the words I got was to take time out from the world and be the observer. So I'm just going to show this card a little bit. So take time out and be the observer. So what does it mean to be the observer? Being the observer means you're releasing all attachment to all of the emotions or any of the emotions that are attached to the process, the outcome, everything that you think it should be. You're removing all of those elements from the situation. If you say you're in this bubble of this problem that you're trying to solve, if you take out all of the emotions from the bubble, all of your hopes, all of your feelings, all of your anxiety, all of your fears, all of your worries, how you think it should go, how you've dealt with this in the past even, take all of that and take it out of your bubble. To be the observer means to be neutral, to just observe it from almost like an outsider's point of view. Like a good way to in perspective is, say one of your friends came to you or a family member came to you with the exact same situation that you're going through right at this moment, and without any emotion attached to their problem, you take yourself out of it personally. How would you advise or how would you help your friend in this moment? You become the observer. So I think there's something there, and I also feel like this is going to even out. I feel like this is a very positive card right here, and it's both of these cards are kind of telling me that you're working through something with your home life or your employment or career or something along those lines, but it's going to balance. 6 is a number of balance. It's an even number, even on both sides. It's equal give and take. So they're equally giving and equally taking. So I feel like this is going to balance out, but right now you are holding on to everything so tight. And I feel like maybe you're holding on to your finances so tight, but you're also holding on to the idea of how you think it should happen. Whatever you're going through, you're holding very tightly to this idea of how you think it should happen, how you think it should unfold. And I think at this time, you need to release that. Pay attention to the signs you're getting from your angels. I feel like numbers and dreams are the two biggest things that are coming in right now for me on how your angels are talking to you. I'm also feeling coins. So for some of you, you might be finding random coins in random places. And I feel like those are like little trinkets for you, just a reminder that your angels are with you, they're watching you, they're guiding you, you're loving you, they're helping you, they're all of the above. So, and then this affirmation right here. So release all that fear, release all the anxiety, and know that you're on the right path and you're divinely guided. And you know, she's looking at the light. She's very relaxed in this picture too, regardless of whether you're a male or you're a female, but very relaxed in this picture. This is almost like vulnerable. That's the word I'm looking for. How vulnerable this person is standing in the moonlight, just completely letting everything go. No regard for what's around, just focusing on the experience of allowing the light to guide them. So I don't know if this helped, but if it did, please let me know. I'm going to move on to the second pile here, but if you feel like you need further clarification or you want to work with your specific whatever it is that you're going through, I have 3 different tiers of readings on my website that I'll put the information down below, but with 3 different price points. So you know, each getting a little more in-depth than the last. So if you would like some more information on this particular pile, feel free to reach out to me and we can schedule a personal one-on-one reading. Okay, so pile number 2 was the snake. So welcome pile number 2. I'm going to set our little snake over here. And as I had just mentioned in the previous reading, the way I do my YouTube readings is a little different. If you're only used to seeing me on social media, I don't have to rush through these. I'm not being timed. So I will definitely take my time a little bit more to see what I can get from the cards without rushing through them. So okay. Oops. Okay, so I used to have a variety of cards here. The fairies are advising you to step out and feel the sun, breathe the air, and have some fun. So they're encouraging you to get outside and get some fresh air, let the sun shine on your face. I know that's not terribly easy if you're in the Northeast with me. The sun doesn't shine much at this time of year, but do your best you know what I do sometimes too, because I am such a solar powered human being. I really thrive on light, is sometimes I will like put my face in a lamp and close my eyes and maybe even put earbuds on for like outdoor noises and just imagine that light hitting my face is the sunlight. And the power of visualization is amazing. It really is. So but anyway, get outside and get some fresh air too. So the fairies are advising that. Your angels are saying, life is what you make of it. Be brave and reach for the stars. And we have love and intimacy flow into my life effortlessly. And the bee is saying, you are a powerful creator. Your work blesses everything you touch. Be open to receiving sweetness. You are the queen of abundance. There's like so many things coming in right now. I am going to actually just start. I'm not even going to go into the tarot just yet. So what I'm getting right now is that you're feeling extremely defeated in your love life. Perhaps you had some like ideas of how you thought things were going to go. Maybe you had your eye on someone specific and things didn't pan out the way you thought that they would, or how you felt like they would. And what I'm getting, like, your angels are telling you life is what you make of it. So if you've been in this like really almost negative place, or you've been hyper focused on the fact that something didn't work out, your angels are reminding you that life is what you make of it. So if you're going to continue to focus on how this situation or connection didn't work out, that's the energy that you're going to be in. So but a nice a nice mantra for you to work through, affirmation for you to work through at this time with that situation. Love and intimacy flow effortlessly into my life. Feel the ease of that affirmation. Write it down if you feel called to do so. Love and intimacy flow into my life effortlessly. When you feel that and you almost visualize that energy, I see it particularly, it comes like in as an energy for me when I close my eyes, but feel the effortless feeling of the energy flowing in when you repeat this mantra. You may have to do it a couple times, maybe do it daily. I feel like it would be extremely powerful for you. Nobody has to know that you do this, okay? But maybe in a mirror, look at yourself, look into your eyes, and repeat that. Okay, it's almost like you are convincing yourself, especially if you're feeling extremely defeated in your love life. Um, that can bring your vibration down significantly, and that's not good. You don't want to be down here. So, having hope and having a positive, optimistic outlook is key here, especially if you want to attract love into your life. And if you're in this lower vibrational state, you're going to attract someone at that same low vibrational state. So that's another thing you might want to think about, is if you raise your vibration and have this belief, it may take some time to really work with this affirmation and bring it in, but work with that mantra and say that over and over again. You're automatically going to raise your vibration. And then the beautiful thing is that whoever you're attracting in at that time, the energy that you're putting out, that's what you're going to attract back. You're going to attract someone with that same nice high vibrational outlook, which is great. So, and that's why your angels are reminding you that life is what you make of it, and be brave and reach for the stars, because you deserve that. So you deserve everything you've ever desired. You just have to shift your vibration from this lower, not this feeling of being defeated and things aren't ever working out for me. Shift it from that mindset and that energetic state and bring it up a couple notches. So, and with the bee showing up, bees always represent, it seems like every card I ever get with a bee represents community. You got to get out. So if you want to meet somebody, you got to get out. You have to reach out to your community. You need to be a part of your community. You need to find things that you're interested in so that you can meet somebody who's also interested in those similar things. So more than likely, the person's not going to walk into your house and introduce themselves to you. So you need to go out, get involved with the community, meet some like-minded people, raise your vibration. So what we have here with the tarot cards at the bottom here is, I feel like these are basically just kind of reaffirming. The King of Wands is the king of action. So, and the Hanged Man is, I love this particular Hanged Man myself in this particular deck. This is my favorite deck. It's the Light Seers deck, but there's such a carefree attitude about this Hanged Man. It's like, imagine just swinging on this sling here, this, I don't know what you would call it, cloth swing, but look how carefree she is. And there's enlightenment here around her head. And it looks like she's over some water. So I feel like you're going to really start taking some action, okay? You're going to master what you need to do, master your mindset, and master taking action to make the changes that you need to make in order to reach this feeling of enlightenment and carefree, and not controlling, not trying to control or create an outcome in your mind and set these expectations up. You need to let all of that go, okay? And be carefree and go with the flow. And I feel like that mindset and being in that energy is going to create, it's going to release something within you, and it's going to be like an aha moment. This isn't like, I've been doing it wrong all along, and this is how I should be. this carefree, non-restricted, allowing things, not forcing things, allowing connections to play out in their natural course without forcing connections or forcing things to play out the way you think that they should. So I don't know. That was a lot of information, and that was very specific. So I hope that resonated with everyone who picked pile number 2. And if it didn't, please just check in the next time. Maybe the next reading will be more in alignment with what's going on. But was definitely a love story, and this was definitely a lesson of affirming that love and intimacy flow effortlessly into my life. It doesn't matter how you word it. I know I've changed up the wording a little bit, but work with that affirmation and release all expectations how you think it should turn out, okay? And go out and meet people. Don't sit in your house and wait for them to come to you. Okay, so pile number 3, we have our beautiful crow or raven here, which I will just put here. So hopefully you can see that there. And as I said with the other readings, if you've been listening, I'm sorry, I'm repeating myself again. With the YouTube channel, I can slow down a little bit, and the morning readings, the daily readings I do on social media, I'm timed in 90 seconds, so I have to like out as quickly as I can. So just be patient. I'm gonna just take my time and really see what the message is here. So we have a message from the angels. We have message from fairies. We have the moon deck with affirmations. Couple tarot cards, an owl from the spirit animals deck. Okay, so the fairies are saying, wherever you go, whatever you do, your family is here for you. Your angels are saying your inner strength can move and will move mountains. The moon deck is reminding you your emotions move through cycles and connect you to your truth. Owls are here, and they're showing up to tell you to choose to know the truth because you can. Open your inner vision. You can see through deception. Let the past go and make room for a better life. Rise up. Magic and wisdom are your birthright. I feel like the messages are all over the place with this particular pile number 3. Okay. And, okay. So, I feel like the message is all over the place. So I'm going to try really hard to keep this as clear as possible. I kind of feel like your emotions have been all over the place. So that might be why the cards are feeling this way to me too. The fairies are reminding you to go back to family. Okay. I know personally, for me, I am not physically close with my family much at all. So when we get together, it grounds me. I feel this huge sense of belonging and community that I don't get from anywhere else, friends or anything. In my own home, like my home gives me one sense of grounding, but there's something about being with your family that is it's tribal, it's community, and it works with your root chakra. So which is your foundation. That's your sense of stability. It's your structure, it's your foundation. So you're probably not feeling very grounded right now, and that's why your emotions are all over the place. Okay, it doesn't necessarily mean you're like depressed necessarily. It just means maybe 1 minute you're feeling, happy and joyful, then you're feeling maybe sad and depressed, maybe anxious, maybe you're in your head stressing over a lot of different things, and It's moving your emotions all over throughout, and that can be very exhausting. It kind of puts you in fight or flight mode a lot of the time, like your body, your adrenaline is going, which can almost be more exhausting than going out and running a race, or doing a triathlon or whatever. It can be very tiring to go through all those emotions. So the fairies are reminding you to go back to family. So if you can, I know for a lot of people that might not be easy. Perhaps there's some healing that needs to take place within your family, with your relationship to your family. But regardless, healing that, or building that connection, or strengthening that connection to your family, is going to help heal and strengthen your foundation within your energetic bodies, your root chakra. It's going to give you this nice foundation. Once you're grounded, you won't feel all of that crazy emotional, all over the place feeling. Angels are reminding you that your inner strength can and will move mountains. So perhaps you have forgotten that because you've been so in your head about things. The moon is reminding you, the moon deck, my emotions move through cycles and connect me to my truth. Okay? So as the moon goes through cycles, there's a lot of emotions that will flow with that as well. But these emotions are temporary. And it, because if you can if you can relate to me saying that your emotions have been all over the place, it might be a good idea to get a journal or a couple pieces of paper and just start really thinking about all of the emotions that you're feeling. And I would space the emotions out on the paper and work with each and every one of them. Take the time, take a day off from work, try to have a couple hours just for yourself. I know that's not always easy for all of us, and I totally get it. I 100% get it. But if you can set a little bit of time aside for yourself and go through all of the emotions that you're feeling, and identify where those emotions are coming from. Why, ask yourself, why is this emotion here? How is it showing up? Do you feel physical symptoms within your body when you're thinking about this emotion? But then once you're done with the exercise and going through and identifying all of that, because sometimes those emotions, sometimes they just need a little attention. And then once you identify and work with it and have the feelings that are associated with each of those emotions, they'll kind of, it's almost like it dissolves. Like some of all the energy that's been building up, it just kind of like dissolves. And I know, like, a lot of the times that'll bring on a lot of tears. Let it happen, let it process, because tears, crying, it's a huge release of energy. It's very cleansing. I feel like sometimes we're holding back all of our emotion, like physically, our tears and our sadness, we hold it in because sometime a long time ago someone told us it wasn't okay to be emotional, it wasn't okay to cry. Knock that off and go to your room or whatever you may have been told. But a lot of times our family behind, and here we are kind of going back to what the family was just saying with the fairies. Our families, when we were younger, I don't, depending on how old you were, and it may or may not apply, okay? This is something I can personally relate to, and I know this is a common story. Our When we were younger, we were very sensitive, and we may have had a lot of emotions, and we may have felt an awful lot, and our people that were our grown-ups that were around us when we were younger didn't know how to handle us when we were feeling this way. So we were shut down and told it's not okay to have all this emotions, it's too much, you're crying too much, you're feeling too much, you need to stop. Children are to be seen, not heard, whatever the storyline might have been for you. But you got to release that out. And I really think that if you are experiencing your emotions all over the place, it would be really beneficial for you to come in and get a piece of paper or draw pictures. I don't know who that's for. Someone prefers to draw pictures, maybe. Draw pictures of healing and feeling and what these emotions are making you feel. And just allow that to release. And if you feel the need to cry, cry, let it out. Crying is not wrong at all. It is a huge release of energy. Um, so the one thing I'm hearing with this card, I'm not going to go into these words so much, but what I feel like the owl is telling me when I look at this card right now is to tell you guys that you know your magic. You know your magic. You don't have to prove that to anybody else, but you know your magic and what you bring to the table. And perhaps you've been doubting your magic recently or questioning your magic, and magic can show up differently for everybody. So you will know what I'm saying when I say your magic, okay? It's different for everybody. Everybody comes to the table with a different type of magic, different gifts, and however that shows up for you. But the owl is reminding you that you are magic. That's what I keep hearing every time I look at this card is you are magic. So maybe you needed to hear that. Maybe you have forgotten your magic. You are magic. Um, and I'm not sure why the Queen of Pentacles is showing up here. Maybe that'll hit me in a second, but this right here is hitting me really hard with the whole storyline is your Six of Cups energy here. So there's a lot of reminiscing going on, which would make sense if we're working through some of these emotions. And I feel like a lot of these emotions are going to take you back to childhood. So this is a very deep reading for me, putting it out there. And if you feel like you're struggling through this healing, I, of course, can offer my services out there to you. I don't like to do that during the readings. I mean, we all know that I'm a reader and I offer readings. I also do energy healing and I offer energy healing as well. But this right here, this whole spread, what it's making me feel like is you're working through a lot of inner child healing at this time. And the emotions that you're holding on to are all over the place and they really need to be processed. It is something you can do on your own. You can try the practice that I talked about, but if you need help, I can do my best to help you too. We can pull more cards or we can do like a mini energy healing session or something along those lines too. So I would like to actually put more videos out about healing yourself and how to do that. But I really prefer to do that on a one-on-one basis. So, because everybody's story is so unique. So I hope that this helped. If you have any more questions around this spread, please let me know. And I hope that I hope it resonated for those of you who picked pile number 3. This was definitely, I feel like this was a very deep reading with some very deep healing that needs to take place for you. So sending you lots of love. And I appreciate everybody. If you watched all 3 readings and you're still with me at 33 minutes and 3 seconds, thank you so much. Thank you for following me. Thank you for supporting my business. And I send you all lots of love. Thank you.